The next question to ask after you've learned how to find out how many factors an integer has, might be, what is the reason why that works? What is the reason why the trick of adding 1 to both of the exponents of, or all the exponents of the prime factorization give me the number of factors? Well, let's show you why. And to show you why, we're going to give you an example, and then we'll maybe try to generalize that example a little bit. So we'll do a pretty easy one, which is 24. Okay, so if you look at 24, the prime factorization of 24 is 2 to the third times 3. Right? It's 8 times 3, which is 24. So the total number of factors is 2 to the third plus 1, or 3 plus 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, so there are 8 total factors of 24. And if you actually can list those out pretty easily, right? 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and then 4 times 6. And so let's explore, where do we get each of those 8 factors? Well, if we think about our prime factorization, well, we can think about it as, if 2 to the third is a factor, right? If 8 divides a number, then 2 to the second also divides that number, 4. And if 2 to the second does, then 2 to the first does. And if 2 to the first does, then 2 to the 0 does, because 2 to the 0 is 1, and obviously 2 to the 0 does. And then same thing here, if 3 to the first does, then 3 to the 0 does. Well, you start by looking at these the ones on the right. And if I think about the 4 numbers that I've listed on the left, 2 to the third, that's 8. There that one is. 2 to the second is 4. 2 to the first is 2. 2 to the 0 is 1. Those are 4 of my answers. Okay? And they come from multiplying this, which is 3 to the 0 is 1. 1 times 8, 1 times 4, 1 times 2, 1 times 1. And that gives you 4 of your factors. Then the rest of them come from multiplying 3 to the first times each one of these. Right? If you think about it, 3 to the first times 2 to the third is 24. 3 to the first times 2 squared is 12. 3 to the first times 2 to the first is 6. And 3 to the first times 2 to the 0, which is 1, is 3. And that's where all 8 of them come. So what you end up doing is, if you think about it, you've got 2 to the third, 2 to the second, 2 to the first, 2 to the 0, and you're pairing that up with 3 to the first and 3 to the 0. And every one of those pairs have to be factors of 24, and they represent all the possible factors as well, right? So it's just the 2 to the third can match up with 3 to the first or 3 to the 0. 2 to the second can match up with 3 to the first or 3 to the 0. 2 to the third can match up with 3 to the first or 3 to the 0. And 2 to the 0 can match up with 3 to the first or 3 to the 0. So each one of these 4, notice it's 1 plus these, match up to each one of these 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. If you think about it, a little bit more complex problem, you could look at, let's say, something that's got more than 2 prime factors. So let's think of a number like, I don't know, let's say 252. So we look at 252. Well, 252, the prime factorization, we could go through and do it if we wanted, right? Divide 2 into it, and you get 126. You can divide 2 into that, and you get 63. 3 goes into 63 21 times. 3 goes into 21 7 times. So the prime factorization is 2 squared times 3 squared times 7 to the 0, or to the first, I mean. And so the total number of factors is, add 1 to each one, and multiply it together, and you get 3 times 3 times 2, which would be 18 factors. So there are 18 factors of 252. Well, if we list out all of the multiples here, the way it works is, you can pair up each one of these to all 3 of these, and then you could do it all 3. So just pairing these up, you get 9, and then all 9 of the pairs you get here, you can pair up with either 7 or 1 and get 18. And so you paired up the 3 of those and the 3 of these together, and then pair up those 9 with each one of the 7s, and you end up with 18. So there are 18 total factors. And the way we can just always do that quickly is by adding 1 to each one of the numbers, exponents, and then going through and do it. And so that's the theory behind why the number of factors work. Okay, as for The sum, I'm going to do another video on those. The sum is a little bit more complicated, and we'll talk about how that works in the next video.